7th grade. It is Sunday night, getting a video ready for you for tomorrow, which is Monday. It is going to be for exercise 5.3 in grammar, gerunds as subjects and subject complements. So basically, a gerund is a verb that ends in ing that's acting as a noun. So it can be like a subject or a subject complement. If you look at page, it tells you that a gerund is a verb form ending in ing that is used as a noun. Because it acts like a noun, it can be used in a sentence like a subject, a complement, an object, like of the preposition, or a direct or an indirect object. And it gives you the example, running is his main form of exercise. Running, ending in ing, is not actually acting as a verb like he's running down the street, but rather running is a thing. It's the subject of the sentence, so it's acting as a noun. The next example says, currently my favorite pastime is dancing. Dancing is actually a complement in that sentence because it follows the linking verb is, and it says my favorite pastime, so pastime equals dancing. So because a gerund acts like a noun, it can be modified also by things like an adjective or an adverb. And if you consider a gerund phrase, you end up having the things that make up the gerund phrase would be the gerund itself, the ing verb that's acting as a noun, and then any other words that fit together to complete that idea that begins with the ing word. In your textbook, it says reading mysteries is mom's favorite form of recreation. Reading mysteries is acting like a noun there, and it comes before is, which is the linking verb. Reading mysteries is your gerund phrase. Andrea's favorite pastime is writing poetry about nature. Pastime equals writing poetry about nature. And here you see that gerund phrase is acting like a complement. If you look further at those two examples at the end, reading mysteries and then writing poetry about nature, reading mysteries, it will tell you mysteries is the object of the gerund reading. And in the second example, writing poetry about nature, writing is the gerund that's modified by poetry about nature. So basically, you're looking for a verb that ends in ing that's acting like a noun in a sentence. It can also have a gerund phrase, which starts with the ing word and then has other words in it to help to explain that phrase. Let's go through some of exercise 1 together to help you understand a little bit more about how we find them. Exercise 1 says identify the gerund phrase in each sentence and tell whether it is a subject or a subject complement. One of my least favorite chores is cutting the lawn. So you look for your ing word, which is cutting. What is the phrase itself? Cutting the lawn. And how is it being used in that sentence? Well, let's take a look at the sentence itself. One of my least favorite chores is cutting the lawn. Is a linking verb. And just like we've talked about before, that's your equal sign. And it connects itself to the subject. Least favorite chore or chores equals cutting the lawn. So your answer would be um, cutting the lawn equals a subject complement. Now, you're not doing exercise 1 as an assignment, but I want to have you go through some of these so that you feel a little bit more comfortable with them. Getting help with the task is my top priority. Where is the gerund in that sentence? Getting help with the task. Getting help with the task is the entire gerund phrase, and that's acting as a subject because it's what the sentence is about. Your assignment is exercise 2 only. It says identify the gerund phrase in each sentence, tell whether it's a subject or a subject complement, and then identify any direct objects in the gerund phrase. So in number 1, it says in a recent survey of middle school students, one of the most popular physical activities was riding bikes. Now, the gerund phrase is riding bikes because riding is the ing word and then bikes is the noun to complete the phrase. It is acting as a subject complement because you have the word is or was, which is an equal sign. So riding bikes equals subject complement. Now, within that answer of your gerund phrase, you need to indicate where the direct object is. The direct object would be bikes. So I want you to underline bikes. Riding bikes equals subject complement. Do each of the 10 exercises that way. Don't forget that section 2 in your reading is due on Wednesday, and you can expect to have a quiz on Wednesday as well. The quiz should be open by 9 a.m. I would assume that would work correctly or work more smoothly than on Friday. So I hope you're doing well and that you are staying in, but yet having fun and getting some exercise and doing some fun things that maybe you don't normally get to do during the school week. God's blessings to you, and stay safe, happy, and healthy.